It's part 2 of the Lost Records Bloom and Rage checkpoint video. In this video, we're going to take a look at all the differences between the high and low romance scores with Kat, Autumn, Nora in tape 2 of Lost Records. So you can 1, see all the differences, and 2, check your status along the way to make sure you're connecting with the people you want to be connecting with, okay?
Hell yeah.
If you haven't seen the tape 1 romance checkpoint video, definitely check that out too. As we know, this game has so many incredible choices and consequences that really overlap with each other. Remember, for this video, we're only looking at the differences related to your love score, not other choices that might seem related but aren't. If you're noticing things that I don't talk about in this video, that might be the reason, or it's something I completely missed. So let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it.
What have I missed? I trust you.
Jumping right into scene 2, the lock. Now, of course, Kat isn't around in 2022, but there is a romance checkpoint for her. If you have a higher score, you could get the I miss her option during your conversation with Autumn and Nora. If your score is too low, it just won't be there.
I miss her so much.
I know. Fuck.
That's it for scene 2, actually. So next scene, Swan's all by herself in her room in scene 3, alone again. And there are so many checkpoints here, but they should kind of align with your tape 1 results screen related to your relationship status, but it could change depending on what you do and what order you do it in this scene, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So first, while Swan is talking to the camera, if your BFFs are higher with Kat, I thought Kat trusted me will be an option to choose here.
I thought Kat trusted me. She could have told me.
Then when that whole interview's done, you're done talking to your mom, you can check out that secret stash under Swan's bed to see who she's thinking about right now in this very moment. The Polaroid could be of Kat.
I wish you were here.
Or it could be of Nora.
I wish you were here.
Or Autumn.
I wish you were here.
But if Swan's score is really low with all 3 girls, it will actually be a photo of Swan alone.
I actually like the way I look in this photo.
That also translates to the magazine cutout. If Swan is alone, there will also be a clipping of a red-haired girl with a cat.
Where is that little fluff butt hiding?
But if she's thinking about any of these girls, it will be 2 girls in a bikini instead.
They're just like us.
Either way, Swan will always have a drawing of the girl with the highest score in this moment regardless. Now, there was already a drawing here in scene 19 of tape 1, and that was based on who was the highest score at that point, right? But things might have changed. So you'll notice if it did change, there'll be a little bit of a layered photo. You'll see kind of remnants of the old one below this one when you pick up the new one. If it's the same girl, there won't be that. It'll just be one. Just something to note. Not really important. But this extra note will mirror the Polaroid again. If every single friend has a very low score, Swan writes her own note. The summer knows not what the first leaf fall portends. Cold days, absent friends. Swan Holloway. If it's Nora, she'll start with, okay, so I'm not Kat, but I'm trying to get better. I wrote this for you. Tell me what you think. Honest. And then inside it looks like she writes a song. And she said, come just as you are. And her green eyes were filled with stars. She likes to watch. I like to scream. Maybe this was all just a dream, but if we fight, I know we'll make up. And if we're dreaming, I won't wake up. If we're dreaming, I won't wake up. I won't wake up. If it's Autumn, she says, trying something different. Will you read it first before I show the others? And then inside, Swan sees everything. She has one eye, looking through her camera, and another at the sky. Who am I through her lens? A skater, a rebel, a girl? Captured in her frames, a dreamer in a careless world. Playing, riding, dancing, hiding, in places we can be free. Swan sees everything. Maybe even me. But then Kat, the true poet, writes this. Hey, you kind of inspired this. Tell me what you think, okay? That girl thinks no one sees her, but she can't escape my gaze. I want to be the one that frees her. I want to give her just a taste. She looks like the girl next door. I'm the bomb she's been waiting for. We'll set it off and then we'll hit the floor. I'm the bomb she's been waiting for. Okay, these are amazing. All right, more to look at here. Swan actually has a part 2 to her fan fiction. It will always feature someone. The agent that Swan mentions will always be the friend with the highest score. If it's Nora, it reads, Agent N didn't look like any other Agent S had ever seen. For one thing, the streak of color in her hair is definitely not up to code. A smile was always playing on her full, rouged lips, like she was in on a joke that no one else could hear. When they shook hands, N pulled her in for a long hug, and S found her face buried in N's neck, breathing in her perfume. She felt lightheaded. And if it's Autumn's, it reads, Agent A came highly recommended from her director. Reliable, responsible, and a whole lot of other R words filled his referral letter. Agent S worried that A might rat her out if she told her about the stone. But there was a softness in A's deep brown eyes that gave her pause. When they shook hands, A's touch radiated warmth. S realized she didn't want to let go. And if Cat is the highest, it reads, the rumor going around the department was that Agent K had nearly been fired by her last director for insubordination, but had been transferred instead. Agent K shook her hand, meeting her gaze with her piercing blue eyes. Agent S felt like a lightning bolt had gone through her. She looked away, but the feeling lingered like static electricity. Okay, that's enough because this is a romance overload, but I did want to mention this one thing, a little bit of like a glitchy thing. If you actually like looked in here, saw your highest point score person that's represented in here, but then you reloaded the checkpoint, not the whole scene, but the checkpoint, and then looked back in here, it actually might show Swan alone in this situation.
Autumn, I wish you were here.
That seems like it's just a reload checkpoint glitch. That happens often in games, so no big deal, but just heads up there. It shouldn't affect your score at all with any of the girls in any other parts of the game. It's just kind of like a glitch in the moment. Okay, now go over to the shelf. Whichever friend has the highest score will be featured next to the lyrics of Radiohead's Creep. And another fun little bug that shows in rare circumstances, if you turn it over, it talks about the girl who did your makeup. Now that was determined in tape 1, scene 24. The scoring code actually seems to recalculate who the highest score is right in this moment. And it says that whoever is the highest score in this moment is the person that did your makeup. And that might not be the truth. Now, it would be pretty rare for that to change between scene 24 of tape 1 and scene 3 of tape 2, because there's not much that happens in 1995 to increase scores. Your scores would have to be very close to make that happen. So this is really rare, but again, it is possible for it to say the wrong person. But let's take a look at another bug for the fun of it. Remember that calendar we looked at that drove me absolutely wild in the tape 1 romance checkpoint video? I don't know what's going on. Well, it strikes again. Because even though July 17th already happened and we saw what happened on the calendar entry in tape 1, it can change. Swan can do something completely different with another person in the past, as it shows in tape 2. And I was actually able to change it within this same scene by making different choices when my score was really, really close between all three of them. Called different people, increased scores elsewhere in the scene to rise it up, and then looked at the calendar and it was different each time, even though all of my choices were the same prior to this scene in tape 2. So it seems like whoever you currently, when you are looking at the calendar, have the highest score with is who it will show that you did something with on July 17th from tape 1. Well, either that or the abyss is at play here, and maybe Swan actually went back in time and just decided that she wanted to do something with somebody else to see how it would go. You choose, bug or abyss. I choose the abyss. Okay, we're done with romance bugs. Remember in tape 1, scene 14, when you had to call one of your friends, and at the end of that call, they asked you to bring them a book.
Are you done reading The Willow Tree Coven yet? I want to borrow it.
If you actually brought them the correct book, now in tape 2, scene 3, you'll see the results of that book lending. There are 2 versions for each girl, one crushier type if they're at least something more, and also the highest score. Otherwise, they'll get the less crushier version. If you correctly brought the book for Kat, but your score with Kat is now low, it will read, Swan, you were right. This book was so good. I would totally join your coven. Kat. But if your score was high, notice it says love at the end, and she's thinking about something. Okay, so that initiation scene was intense, right? Is there a sequel? Because I need to know what happens with the High Priestess and Heloise. Love, Cat. Now, if you correctly brought the Magic Eye book to Nora and your score is low in this moment, Nora will write, Swan, I'm totally cross-eyed right now, and it's your fault. I will never be able to see these, but thanks anyway, Nora. But if it was high, Swan, am I doing this right? Because page 6 totally looks like boobs. Tell me you see it too. Anyway, thanks for letting me borrow it, Nora. Very Nora response. And if you correctly brought the book to Autumn, but your score was low. Swan, thanks for lending me this book, even if I totally can't sleep now, Autumn. But if it was high, Autumn will say, Swan, thanks for lending me this book, even if I'm gonna sleep in your bed from now on because it's totally giving me nightmares. Love, Autumn. And now the phone calls. Calling Autumn doesn't seem to change whether your score is high or low. Let me know if you see something different, though.
You've reached the Lockharts, Maddie, Autumn, and Daryl.
But Nora and Kat's calls do.
Is Nora home?
Nora can't come to the phone right now.
If you call Nora and your score is low, Nora's dad won't let you talk to her, no matter what you choose here.
She is grounded. Like I said, next week. Goodbye.
But if your score is higher and you don't hang up, he says this instead.
Jesus. Fine.
Swan!
And then you have more conversation options and more chances to gain hearts.
I'll be back before you know it. Bye.
Now, if you call Kat's house, Corey's always going to answer, but something similar happens like it did with Nora. If your score is low, no matter what you say to Corey, he's always going to hang up on you.
Fuck off. Don't call again.
If your score is higher, though, no matter what your relationship is with Corey, even if you were like really mean to him, if your score is higher with Kat, if you say to him, this is Swan or that's mean, he says,
Kat's still at the hospital. I don't know her extension, so don't ask. The hospital's number is 285-555-0919. Her mom and dad are there right now. And they wouldn't like her talking to any of you. And just get her worked up again. You there?
you can continue to talk to Corey a little bit more after this too and gain more cat hearts. Then, of course, you can call Kat in the hospital at this point if you want. Now, you don't always have to call Corey if you wrote down that number, if you have it memorized. You could just completely bypass him.
Velvet Cove General, how can I direct your call?
But something similar will happen at the hospital.
I'm looking for a patient. Her name is Kat Michelson.
If your score is low with Kat, the nurse that answers will say this.
Pediatric patients are only allowed calls from family members. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
But if your score is higher, the nurse will say this instead.
Pediatric patients are usually only allowed calls from family. But it looks like the patient left a note about you. One moment. Swan?
And then you can actually talk to Kat and gain another heart. Okay, scene 5 has some more checkpoints during some optional moments of calm and reflection. As you remember a conversation you had with Nora while sitting on this fence. After responding to the first choice, if your score was low with Nora, you'll have the I like that you're shameless option.
I like that you're shameless. You're always just you. It's cool.
Shameless? That'd be a cool band name.
If it's higher, you'll have
I like you no matter what. Quiet or loud, it doesn't really matter.
Ah, you know just what to say to a lady.
And while you're thinking about Autumn in this boat, it's possible that I'm glad you dumped him is a relationship score based option that can kind of be unlocked here. But I actually think that this is based on when you find out and what you find out about Dean, though. But the second dialogue that shows up in the boat is definitely a romance based choice. You'll find someone better will show up if your score is low with Autumn.
I bet you'll find someone else. Someone even better. Nah, I'm I'm okay flying solo. You're like that too, right? Free as a bird. Except barn owls mate for life, so maybe that comparison doesn't work. You're funny, Swan.
And now you've got me if your score is high with her.
You don't need Dean. Now you've got me. Not that we're like, dating or whatever. Nora's always saying boys suck and we should just switch teams. Maybe she's got a point. Oh, yeah.
And as you're dreaming about Kat in the attic, if your score is high with Kat, the I'd climb up there with you option will be shown. Otherwise, no other options.
I'd climb up there with you if you want.
Fuck yeah.
We could bring the radio and listen to music together.
Oh, I'd share my headphones with you. Then we could listen to Pussy Whip on repeat.
Yes.
And lastly, as you leave the cabin, Autumn's going to show up. If you have a low score with Autumn, that situation will go like this.
Autumn. Swan? Hey. I tried calling. I mean, I don't even know where to start.
Awkward. But if it is high, it will go like this instead.
Autumn! Swan.
They hug.
Oh my god. Jeez, oh. I missed you so much. I missed you too.
And Autumn seems relieved to see Swan.
I tried calling. I mean, I don't even know where to start.
Okay, scene 6 is solely focused on Autumn. There's a lot of consequences, a lot of overlapping consequences. Again, we're only focused on the romance checkpoints, nothing else going on in here. So the first one is when Autumn starts to leave.
You're leaving?
If your score is low, Autumn just responds with,
Yeah. Sorry.
and if it's higher, she'll say,
I'll call you later. Okay?
Then later, as the panic attack starts, if Swan is BFFs or higher with Autumn right now, you'll have the we're still best friends, right? Option.
Hey. We're best friends no matter what. Right? I know. I know. I needed to hear that.
Otherwise, it's just we can still be friends, right?
We can still be friends. Right? Swan, summer's almost over. You're leaving soon. But I wanted to believe you.
And if you could believe it, the rest of the scene is solely focused on how well you did connecting with Autumn in this scene to specifically help out with this panic attack. So check out the Tape 2 Autumn Romance Guide video for details on what to choose to help her with this panic attack, because if you do so, then you'll end up at the abyss with Autumn and not alone, and there's another checkpoint there. If you're here with Autumn, eventually you can answer her, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
If your score is low, the visuals are a little bit different than if your score was high, because that leads to a follow-up choice that only pops if your score is high and you picked they're beautiful. From here, pick what you want, but you know, we're talking about romance, so.
I was afraid I'd lose you.
Okay, scene 7, Nora's grief is very focused on Nora, and there's so many checkpoints here. Starting with 2022. After you sit down at the table, eventually Nora will say this if your score is low.
I didn't miss anything about Velvet Cove. Did you?
And then you have these options to choose from. But if your score is high, she'll say this instead.
So, did you miss me?
And then you can pick from these. Then in 1995, things get a bit overlapped because here you'll also have consequences if you drank or not in 1995 showing up in this scene. And sometimes they overlap and it's not sure like what's what causing what. And so I've tried to sort it out, try to follow along. For this first one, don't worry about the choices. That's not romance related. That is drinking related. But listen to what Nora says. If your score is low with Nora, she'll say this.
Think, Kat will like it?
And if your score is higher, she'll say this instead.
Do you like it?
Then from here, you have a lot of choices. If you choose, it looks so hot, and your score is low, it'll go like this.
It looks so hot.
Right?
But if your score is high,
Thanks.
and then if you drank in 95, you'll have this sexy as hell option.
You look sexy as hell.
If your score is low, Nora won't buy it.
That might be the beer goggles talking.
Maybe.
But if your score is high,
Damn. Don't cream your pants over me.
Nora.
okay, I feel a little uncomfortable with these teens talking about naughty, naughty things. Then Nora mentions the present.
I got you something in LA.
If your score is low with Nora, it's going to be a boat box. And if it's high, it'll be a heart box. But we'll come back to this gift later because it's a little bit complicated. Okay, optionally, you can come over to the makeup here. When you look at it, you'll talk about the concert. If your score is low with Nora, she'll say,
That was fun.
but if it's high, she lays it on thick.
You looked so hot.
And then your response options change to either you looked amazing at the concert if your score was low,
You looked amazing.
or I looked hot, you did too, if it was high.
I looked hot? Really?
Really?
You did too.
Oh my God.
Then come around and look at this card that Swan sent to Nora. Inside, their pictures will be surrounded by a star if your score is low, and it will read, I hope you have an awesome time in LA.
You've always been so thoughtful, Swan.
Oh, it was the least I could do. And it made me miss you a little less while you were gone.
But it will be a heart if your score is higher. And it will read, don't have too much fun in LA without me, and say, love ya.
Thanks for that, Swan. It was so sweet of you.
I remember rewriting it so many times. I didn't want to mess it up. I'm glad you liked it.
Then if you try on Nora's clothes and keep some, if your score is low,
What do you think?
Dude, it was made for you. Keep it.
and you say, I love it,
I love it.
she'll respond like this.
Thanks, Nora.
Anytime.
But if it's high, she'll say this.
What do you think?
Cute. Dude, it was made for you. Keep it.
Oh, I love it. Thanks, Nora.
It looks so hot on you. It was like meant to be.
Next, going over to the music equipment, you'll have different options depending on your score. So low scores will have, you were amazing at the concert.
It sucks that they wrecked our stuff. But still, you were amazing at the concert.
Yeah, we all were. We killed it.
But a high score will have, I want to see you play again.
I want to see you play again. You can't let them win. Punk is life, baby.
I'm not letting those assholes stop me. Next time, we'll be even bigger and better.
Okay, back to the presents. As you open it, I want to mention something. The actual bracelet that Nora can make Swan is determined in tape 1, scene 17. If your score was new friend or above in that scene, then Nora will say that she wants to make Swan a specific gemstone bracelet and you pick that gemstone. If your score was below new friend, meaning we're cool, that's it, you don't have a relationship with Nora, she's going to make the bracelet for Kat instead. So based on that, there are actually 3 different categories of presents that can be in this box. 1, in tape 1, scene 17, if Nora was making the bracelet for Kat and you don't ask her to make you one too, you will only get a pin.
It's a pin. I just thought of you the moment I saw it.
2, if she was still making that bracelet for Kat, but you said, can I have one too?
Can I have one too?
Oh, totally.
She'll make you a shell bracelet with the pin.
I finished making you that bracelet. It's gonna look so pretty on you.
And 3, if she was making a bracelet for Swan because your score was already high enough in tape 1, scene 17.
I wanted to make you something.
Even if it went down since, she already said she's going to make you this gemstone bracelet, she gives that to you with the pin. So knowing there's a lot of flux here, what's in the box is actually a horrible indicator for your relationship status with Nora. But what's really important to see is what the box is, if it's boats or if it's hearts. Regardless, you got to respond to the gift in some way, right? If you say wow with a low score, Nora will be kind of timid.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yay.
But if you said it with a high score, she's going to be more confident.
Anything for you, babe.
And if you said, thanks, babe,
Thanks, babe. You're the best.
with a low score, Nora will say,
Anytime.
but with a high score, she'll respond like this instead.
No, you are.
Now, if you drink, you'll have this hiccup, I'm blushing option.
Thanks, babe. I'm like blushing.
With a low score, Nora seems a little bit annoyed.
Okay. Glad you like it.
But with a high score, she's into it.
I'm like blushing.
Oh, you're actually so cute.
Nora does eventually want to put on the gift that she gave you. So if you just got a pin, the 2022 memory will go like this.
I never had friends who would just like give me presents randomly.
I could actually be thoughtful when I put my mind to it.
It's really tough to get enough points to raise up to a high score with Nora if you just got a pin. So I haven't been able to see if this audio changes if you have a high score. But if you got a bracelet, whichever one you got, it'll go like this.
I remember I made a matching one for myself, but I wasn't sure if you would think that was weird or whatever.
And this audio, I can confirm, is the same for both high and low scores. Okay, later on, Nora will ask you if you want to smoke.
Here.
If you drank and said, I'm tipsy, sure, why not? If your score is low with Nora right now, she's going to respond like this.
I'm already tipsy. Hell yeah.
But if it's high, she'll say this.
I'm already tipsy. That's my girl.
Then whether you smoked or not, if you have a high score, that move closer option will show up next.
I really missed you. Like, so much.
Come here.
Okay, scene 8, the infiltration. There's just one checkpoint here related to Nora. If you successfully finish and remember the infiltration, got all the way to the end, Nora will say this.
I can't believe you did that, Swan. You're my hero.
If you then respond, we make a great team.
Team Swan and Nora. Or for short, Snora?
If your score was low, Nora doesn't care for your ship name.
You're even worse at that than me.
Team Swore. Yeah, that's not better.
But if your score is high, oh, she likes it.
Snora. But we're not even in bed yet, baby.
Scene 9, Rapunzel, finally time to see Kat get all these good juicy, not really juicy, checkpoints. First, when you come in, if you respond Jizo, if your score is high, Kat will say,
I really missed you.
I know. I missed you too. Like, so much.
But if your score was low, Kat kind of diverts and says this.
Ugh, I missed you guys too.
Then, as you sit on the bed,
I'm glad you came.
Kat says,
You did good.
if your score was low. But
I knew you'd come.
if your score was high. Then, if you took the blame for the concert in tape 1, scene 25,
I broke in. Kat did nothing wrong.
and then answered, I didn't want you to get in trouble. If your score was low, Kat responds like this.
They said a lot of bad things about you, but I told them to shut up.
Jeez-o.
But if your score is high, Kat responds like this.
They said a lot of bad things about you, but I told them to shut up. I mean, you're my best friend.
Now, if you blamed Kat for the concert
So you totally told Dylan that the concert was all my idea?
and then said that you didn't want to get into any trouble,
I didn't want to get in trouble.
Kat is not happy if your score is low.
Sorry.
Lame. Whatever.
But Kat gives you the benefit of the doubt if your score is actually high.
Sorry.
I thought so. But I would have had your back, you know?
Next, as Kat talks about their hair, notice if your score's low. There's a lot of talk about how bad it looks.
Oh, it's so bad, right? I cut my own bangs, so I thought I could do it, but the back looks awful.
Now, if your score is high, Kat will actually be more direct and specifically request Swan to help.
But you gotta help me fix it. I trust you. Can you trim the back for me? It's a mess.
No matter what she says here, you still have the option to say that you want to cut it or that you'll help her cut it, right? But if your score is low, meaning she didn't ask for help, and you said, I'll cut it,
Sure. I can try trimming it if you want.
No,
Kat denies Swan.
I gotta finish what I started.
You'll end up helping her cut it later with the mirror. But if you offer to cut it and your score is high, of course, Kat will let you cut it directly.
Kat. Of course I'll trim it if you want.
Thanks. I knew you'd be up for it.
Thank you for trusting me. I trust you too.
Now, Kat will have something to do before you start looking for things. Most importantly, make a mixtape for someone. That will be Nora if your score is low.
Just let me finish this track list for Nora.
And it will be you if your score is high.
Just let me finish this track list. It's, for you.
Okay, now optionally, you can go over and look at the ticket on Kat's desk
What are we gonna do about the bikini kill show?
if your score is low.
Oh my God, Swan. We're going to that fucking show. Even if it kills me.
And then you pick I'll Never Let You Go Alone. Kat will just kind of laugh.
I'd never let you go alone.
But if it's higher, she'll say this.
What are we gonna do about the bikini kill show?
What do you mean? Duh. You're coming with me.
I'd never let you go alone.
I know.
Then looking in the nightstand at the journal,
Hey, Snoop. Just kidding.
if your score is low, Kat will say this.
It's fine. I don't have anything to hide. Not anymore.
But if it's high, it'll say this.
It's fine. I don't have anything to hide. Not from you.
Okay, moving on to the haircutting. As you know, Swan can only cut Kat's hair if their score was high enough. So they'll always get this sweet moment toward the end. And Kat will always give Swan the hair clipping and say it's for Swan.
I want you to have this. For you to remember tonight. And to remember me.
But if you picked that you would help with the hair, your score could be low or high. So if it was high, Kat will do the same thing, give the hair clipping to Swan and say it was for Swan.
I want you to have this. For you to remember tonight. And to remember me.
But if it was low, which is now possible, she's going to still give a hair clipping, but say this instead.
I want you to have this. For you and Nora. To remember tonight. And to remember me.
Lastly, in this scene, I love how you look will be an option here if you have a higher connection with Kat.
I love how you look.
Really?
Really.
Okay, scene 10, we're on the dock with Nora, being sad. And as you know, Nora's feelings about Kat are really dependent on if she likes Swan or not, and or if Kat likes Swan or not. So this can get kind of confusing too. But first, if Kat gave Swan the hair for her only, it won't be mentioned at all.
What do you think Kat's doing right now?
Writing, probably. I mean, if her folks aren't giving her shit.
This is such bullshit.
But if Kat's score with Swan was low and said the hair was for Nora, it'll go like this.
Here. Kat wanted you to have this. We cut off her hair. She knew she was gonna lose it all anyway.
Oh, God. I just wish I could have been there with her. I want to see her.
Then I believe if your score with Nora is low, Nora will say this about the gift for Kat.
I really wanted her to have it.
But if it's high, she'll say this.
I mean, it's just a dumb little thing. But
Now, I'm not 100% sure on this one because it could be wrapped up in Kat's feelings for Swan and all this too. Same for this one. After Nora thinks about Kat's end of life,
I just want us all to be together.
there's a slight change in how she copes.
Like before.
If Nora's score is low, she says,
Damn it,
and if it's high, she says this.
Swan. I feel like
But the next one is definitely not slight. After Nora says,
hopeless.
if Nora's score is high with Swan, Swan can kiss her on the nose.
Nor.
And if it's really, really high, she can also kiss her on the lips.
Nor.
Sorry. Bet it tastes like cigarettes.
And if Autumn does not come to the meteor shower and the score is high with Nora, I'll never forget this will be an option. Otherwise, it's not there.
I'll never forget this. Being here with you.
Me neither.
Scene 11, The Gathering. This one is a bit confusing too, because there's so many different variants. You can have a high 2022 score with Nora, but she doesn't stay because you failed the infiltration. So the only way to check your 2022 status with Nora is if she stays. If she does stay and shows up in scene 11, but your 2022 score is low, she'll say this.
The meteor shower. It was nothing without Kat.
And while you have these and possibly more dialogue options, Nora will always eventually leave the reunion.
I'm sorry, Swan. I just can't stay.
Yep, no matter what you say, she'll always leave.
Are you sure? If that's what you want.
Please, just tell Autumn, I don't know, something urgent came up and I had to run, okay?
Bye, Nora.
Now, if your 2022 score is higher, I think, because this one has some mixed results, but 99% of my testing shows that Nora stays if your 2022 score is higher. Anyway, if she's staying, she'll say this.
That was such an incredible night.
It was.
The cat should have been with us then. Just like now. Let's finish this. For her. I'll regret it if I run away now.
And then you can choose between these options.
And she made that package for us. She didn't do it for nothing.
And again, while there are more choices in dialogue here, she'll usually stay.
And I want to know what was important enough to send to us. Like this.
But we'll come back to that. Because first, whether 2022 Nora is staying or going, there are 3 more variations first, depending on your current 1995 love scores. If that score is low with Nora and your Kat score is low, Nora will confess her love for Kat.
I don't think I knew how to tell you guys at the time, but I loved Kat. Like, as more than a friend. Even if I kind of always knew Kat was like my real gay awakening. So, when I found out she had cancer, I was crushed. And I didn't know if I should still tell her.
And you can respond with, I think she loved you too.
I think she loved you too. Maybe. She was so goddamn hard to read.
You never told her.
You never told her? I can't remember.
Or I could tell.
I could tell. Yeah. Teenaged me thought I was slick, but I bet I wasn't subtle at all.
And then if that 2022 score is low, before she leaves, she'll say this.
Well, I just wanted to get that off my chest.
If she's staying, she'll say this.
It feels good to say now. Out loud. I'm glad.
If your Nora score is high, though, she's going to confess her love for Swan.
I don't think I knew how to tell you at the time, but I loved you. Like, as more than a friend.
And you can't stay silent here. You are forced to respond.
Even if I always knew you were like my real gay awakening.
You can tell her you didn't notice. But come on.
I didn't notice. But I was pretty naive back then. You could have had a flashing sign that said, I like you. And I probably would have missed it.
I guess I should have tried that.
Or, I noticed.
I noticed. But then I also thought maybe I was reading into things.
Oh, you definitely weren't. I guess I wasn't subtle.
And a third option, if your score with Nora is low, but your score with Kat is high, she's not going to mention loving anyone at all.
Swan,
Yeah?
you won't run away. Even if things get worse. I know I almost did, but now I'm in this to the end. No matter what. Just promise you'll stick with me.
Promise. You're too important to me, Nor. I'm glad we've had this time. Together.
Thanks, Swan.
Now, it seems that if both Nora and Kat's scores were low in 95, but you had a high 2022 score and Nora stays at the reunion, Nora will say,
Well, Autumn's probably wondering what's going on. Shall we?
You go on ahead. I need some fresh air.
All right.
but if you had a high Nora or a high Kat score in 95, and Nora still stays at the reunion, she'll say this instead.
Well, should we head in?
You go on ahead. I need some fresh air.
All right.
But there's a slight variation here.
See you in a minute.
If your Nora score was high, the camera auto pans to her so you could see that look she gives Swan as the door opens. Going inside, if Nora left at any point and your score was high, she's not as strong will be an option with Autumn.
It was too much for her. Guess she's not as strong as I thought.
Got this new business.
I didn't expect this.
Didn't you
honestly.
toss out all the boxes
I really don't
crap
think
that
of her
was
as
brought in
weak.
the last one? My fault for thinking lingerie
Nora.
subscriptions in velvet coats.
I wish we could have helped her feel better somehow.
As a man,
But
we don't
I guess
need
it's
decorations.
too late.
Okay, going back to 95 when Swan is looking at the abyss. I think if Nora's score is low, only Autumn warns Swan here.
Swan, watch it.
But if Nora's is high, she'll worry about Swan too, unless it's just an audio glitch or something.
Swan,
Swan, careful.
watch it.
Then they'll talk about Kat.
Are you sure Kat said to meet here?
If Swan has a high score with Kat, she'll say that Kat called her.
Yeah, she called me.
Otherwise, Kat will have called Nora.
Duh. She called me.
Then right after, you can choose this is her favorite place,
She'll be here.
if that Kat score is still high.
This is her favorite place.
Or she couldn't be lost if it's low.
She couldn't be lost, right?
No. She knows the way.
Now, if Swan's score with Nora is low, Nora will be aching to see Kat.
Fuck, I really missed her. I haven't even seen her once since...
I know.
But if Swan's score is high with Nora, it's going to be a little bit more casual.
It's gonna be so weird to see her, right? I mean, we haven't since...
I know.
Then back to that phone call again. If your score with Kat is low, Nora will reiterate what Kat told her on the phone.
Kat said it had to be here.
Otherwise, she'll mention Swan's phone conversation.
Kat told Swan it had to be here.
But now skipping all the way to scene 14, the coven, the good stuff. First, right when you start closing the windows, Kat's gonna say this.
I'm gonna miss this place.
If you pick I'll miss you more and your score with Kat is low,
I'll miss you more.
Kat will go,
You're sweet. Oh, Kat.
but if your score is high, Kat will be a little lost for words.
I'll miss you more. Swan.
Then I think this happens with Nora's score only, but it could be a combination with Kat's. If you overhear Kat saying this to Nora,
Hey, Nora. Thanks for always going along with my stupid ideas.
if Swan's Nora score is high, Nora will respond like this.
You mean your awesome ideas?
Thanks.
Careful, Kat. I'm here.
But if that score is low with Nora, that means that Nora likes Kat, right? So she'll say this instead.
I'll always stick with you, Kat. Promise.
I know. Me too.
Oh, Kat.
Then the big one. If you have something more or higher with any of the girls, their name is going to show up as an option for you to dance with. If you are lower than something more, so BFF, new friend, we're cool, their name will not show up here. So it's possible for no names to show up. Swan just dances. There's just no options at all. And it's also possible for all three to show up. And then if you picked a girl to dance with, the option to kiss them will definitely be available every time. Your status is already something more or above with them at this point, so the moment just feels right. Choosing to kiss a girl also gives you a heart and your only opportunity to get first love in 1995. Now to the abyss Corey falling scene. A vast majority of the time that your 2022 scores are low with Autumn and Nora, the person that had the low score will be involved in pushing Corey, depending on other choices, but there's just way too many overlap and some other potential glitches or maybe just other factors. So I'm not comfortable really saying any of this is romance related for now. But in scene 17, the time capsule definitely has very clear indications. When you're looking in the box, if your score with Nora and or Kat is high.
Nora,
When it comes to Nora's items, Kat will say this.
you're crazy and completely one of a kind. That's what makes you so awesome. You're totally going to be a famous rock star someday. I know it. Maybe you'll write a song about me.
And if Nora is still around, she'll respond like this.
I'm sorry I never wrote you a song, Kat.
Oh, Nora.
It's never too late.
I'm gonna find a way to honor her. Even if that just means not try to make everything perfect.
If your score with Nora and Kat, they're both low. Again, that means they end up liking each other. Kat will say this instead.
I never have the guts to tell you how much you mean to me. Maybe I will tonight. I don't know. I hope someday you find someone who gets you and who loves you just for who you are. Don't ever let anyone try to put out your fire.
And if Nora is still there, she'll say this.
Kat was my first love, too. I never really told her how I felt.
Oh, Nora.
She knew. I've tried to protect myself from heartbreak ever since. But that just meant pushing people away.
There also might be a tape for Nora here. And there might be a tape for Swan, even though the score is low. It gets a little bit confusing, and I think there's been some changes with the patches too, the game patches. So I also don't feel confident saying for sure this is a romance checkpoint or not. The other checkpoints really are clear up until this point. So tapes, Nora, Swan, there might be differences there. Move into Swan's items first. If Swan is at least the new friend status with one of the girls, whoever has the highest score will be featured in the drawing here. If you're at the we're cool status with all three, though, it will be a solo picture of Swan. Then if your score is low with Kat, she'll say this.
Meeting you felt like fate. We're both sort of loners, and I finally felt like somebody got me. Like, you know how if you spend too much time around someone, you can kind of get sick of them? Well, I never got sick of you. I know that's a weird compliment, but it's true. I just wish we had more time together.
But if it's high, she'll say this instead.
I know you thought you could hide behind that camera, but I saw you, and what I found was my soulmate. But maybe tonight I'll tell you. You deserve to know. When I met you for the first time in my life, I didn't feel so alone. And I don't feel scared anymore. Not of anything.
And while Swan is describing her feelings, if the score is high, she's also going to add this little bit in.
I thought I had found my soulmate. And then to lose her just like that.
Now, kind of still with the same scene, but technically it's scene 18. Remember us. When Swan turns the camera to look at herself, she'll be wearing one of 4 necklaces. If any of the girls were crush status or above, if Autumn is the highest score, she'll have a moon necklace. If it's Nora, a sun. And if it's Kat, a raven. And if everyone is below the crush status, it's gonna be a moth to represent Swan. Then, if both Nora and Autumn stay at the reunion the whole entire time, once you go outside, whichever one of them had the lowest score in 1995 will leave first. The other one will stick around for a final goodbye. If just one of them stayed at the reunion, then you'll go somewhere else first, but you'll always end up back at this parking lot for this part. Then whoever's still around, let's start with Autumn, you'll always talk and hug here with some slight variation in shots, of course. If your 95 score was lower than Crush, so something more or less, then it will be a significant hug, but still shorter. And eventually Autumn will leave. But if your score was Crush or higher, then the hug is a lot longer and you stare into each other's eyes like a kiss is coming. Ooh, and then when Autumn walks away to her car, you could just feel that this has rekindled their romance for the future. Now, if it's Nora here instead, depending on their 95 score, the hand-holding looks a little bit different. And of course, the shots vary. But Swan will always listen to Nora as she presumably tells her that she and Mel are getting a divorce. Afterward, if Nora's 95 score was low, they smile, they give one last big hug before Nora leaves. But if that score is crush or higher, Nora can't help herself and goes in for a passionate kiss on the cheek. And as she just stands there shocked, it's clear Nora needs to get settled with her life changes before starting anything again with Swan in the future. But whew. And of course, the ultimate checkpoint is the relationship status screen. There's nothing much to say here. It will just tell you your status. There you go. Now, if you want to know how to increase your status with any of these lovely ladies, check out their individual romance guides in the tape 1 videos or the tape 2 videos of each one. And if you want to understand the point system better so that you can have more control of what status you get, maybe you don't want the best score. Maybe you want the lowest score or best friends only or friend zone them completely. I don't know, whatever you want. There is an upcoming video, if it's not out already, where I explain what goes on with the point system as far as I know and have been able to tell. Okay, that's it. Just gently tap that like button if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.